Willkommen to Schwarzer Gay History Channel. I don't care what nobody says, Tubi has some great movies on the platform, especially fresh new LGBTQ content, and even some critically acclaimed classics. I recently checked out a lovely and intimate gay romantic drama, Boy Meets Boy, on that platform. Boy Meets Boy tells a quick yet poignant story about a black gay Brit named Harry who touches down in Berlin, Germany for a holiday and has a fleeting yet meaningful weekend excursion with Johannes, a local German dancer. I love how in the opening scene when we are introduced to Harry, he's bent over on his bed taking a booty selfie for some guy on a German hookup app in his hotel room. In the next scene, we see the German guy getting dressed in silence and casually walking out of the room with Harry sitting there alone, looking awkward. After doing a little research, I found that Berlin has a massive and accessible gay community, with many gay bars that gay Europeans from all over the continent set out to visit. Berlin has over 170 gay bars, not including the local gay-owned and friendly restaurants, retail stores, or LGBTQ community centers. There's also a verified gay district in Berlin, Schönberg, with gay nightlife, bars, and entertainment venues tracing all the way back to the 1920s. But if you know your history, then you would know gay bars and LGBTQ rights in Germany were restricted, and the community was viciously targeted by the Nazis during World War II and the Holocaust. It's encouraging to see that the country has become a European safe haven for LGBTQ people in more recent years. Harry eventually heads out to the gay bars of Berlin and links eyes with the adorable and unassuming Johannes, and the two immediately become inseparable. After spending a night out on the town, the two partiers begin to learn about each other the next day. Johannes loses his wallet and later on his bike at a local restaurant, and doesn't seem to have all his stuff together. Harry is doing his best to get into Johannes' pants as the two casually talk about their likes, dislikes, and life in Germany. But Johannes seems to be much more interested in getting to know Harry emotionally. I love that in this movie, this brief and impromptu date felt so real and believable because many times gay dates and relationships rarely go like they do for our straight counterparts. Harry admits he's never really been on a real date before and is only in town for a few days, but the pair are already at the police station trying to report Johannes' lost bike and wallet. There's a funny scene where after smoking a joint, Harry and Johannes are at the police station and Harry is trying to read German but decides to make it sexy. I love a goofy and deranged moment on a date. In another scene I found very relatable, Harry and Johannes are snuggled up at a major bus station, talking and living their best gay lives, and are approached by missionaries handing out religious leaflets. This has definitely happened to me on a first date, and I had a similar reaction to both Harry and Johannes, so this scene was ironic and impactful. Johannes clearly is annoyed and unappreciative of the intrusion on their conversation and is totally shocked and even more annoyed when Harry begins to politely engage with the missionaries. Depending on my mood, I may actually be nice to religious people approaching me with leaflets, but I have my other days where I remember most of these churches handing out leaflets wouldn't be accepting of my gay ass, and I choose violence like Johannes does. Johannes goes out of his way to make the conversation awkward, and the missionaries soon get the hint to walk away, leaving young lovers walking in silence for the next part of the trip. I also enjoyed the many conversations Johannes and Harry have about relationship dynamics and what they are looking for in a partnership. Johannes seemingly is uninterested with hookup culture and apps, and at first Harry defends apps and hooking up, even admitting that he's never been with the same guy twice. But as the conversation goes on, even Harry admits he usually feels terrible afterward. Eventually, though, the two lovers are having fun, and Johannes finally admits he has a boyfriend and that they are in an open relationship. And Harry angrily tries to act unbothered that he thought he could actually be falling for someone. I appreciated the conversation they had about open relationships because they were both skeptical of them, even though on some level, both Johannes and Harry are pro-polyamory. But the reality is that Johannes only agreed to be in an open relationship because that's what his man wanted. And Harry wants a relationship but doesn't think there's a point if he knows he will want to sleep with someone else. What a conundrum. I love the chemistry between these two actors hearing the German language, and also just seeing that frustrations of finding love and meaningful connections in the gay community seems to be a similar struggle no matter where you are on the globe. Have you all seen Boy Meets Boy yet? What's your feelings about open relationships, monogamy, and polyamory? Sound off in the comments. Auf Wiedersehen.